Struggling to manage your business expenses with cash alone? With TC Barter, trade credits are easier to earn than cash, and they help you conserve what matters most. Use your trade credits to access goods and services while keeping your cash for the important things. Whether it's paying taxes, loans, mortgage, utilities, or your team, TC Barter helps you save where it counts. More flexibility, more control, more opportunities for your business to thrive. Download the TC Barter app now and start trading smarter today. Hotels and motels thrive on occupancy rates. But what if you could fill rooms and save on expenses at the same time? With TC Trading, you can barter rooms for services like laundry, maintenance, or even marketing. This brings in more guests and saves cash for essential needs, such as staff salaries and utilities. Maximize your occupancy and minimize your expenses with TC Trading.
Well, hello everybody. We're gonna start just a little bit early because it has been a raucous day in the news, and I just like to we'll talk a little bit. I'm gonna tell you that Mr. Gibb's been doing just fine. We want to add a little bit into the stories that we're doing. Several reactions today of the basically the dumbest trade war that's ever existed. Yes, and so that was just the Wall Street Journal. I'm paraphrasing what the Wall Street Journal said. So how are we going to be looking at the market today? We'll get into that in just a little bit. We also have several stories related to how basically I'm just going to do a little bit. Okay, so if we go look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, or the Dow, right? And then we say, yeah, so we're at 44, all right? We're at 44.556. If you're looking at this and it's not at that, well, that tells you that we're at a different time. Today's date is February 4th, 2024. I mean, 2025, sorry. Whole year goes by. Anyway, 2025, and we are working on, I said that for a whole year. Anyway, so anyway, we're looking at what happened in the overview, and you could see over, let's just say year to date, right? Year to date, we're up about 5%, right? So let's look at the 5 days. Over the last 5 days, though, we've been taking a beating. We're down by well, not really a beating. It's not so bad, but let's say the day, then we go 1 month. So we're still up 5% over the 1 month. We're down over the 5 days. It's hardly moved, and basically the market's stabilized right now at 44,556.404. How incredible is that? Anyway, Dow Jones S&P recovers some losses after Trump pauses tariffs on Mexico. It recovered some losses, but it didn't go back up to where it was. So that's something that happened. And crypto traders, how are we going to react to this? Well, let's talk about what happened in crypto today. Let's just go on CoinGecko real quick. Okay, so if we look at CoinGecko and we're saying we're at 97, that means that we're below 100, and that at least we're not at 93, right, for Bitcoin. And we're talking Bitcoin, Ethereum. We're still down. We're still showing red candles most of the places in the market right now. Even if we go into ETH, we're down by 10 to 12%. If we go to Solana, if we look at Solana, we're down by 10% over the past 7 days. But it's just that we just took a beating this week. It's still down. And these are, if you look at the entire chart, right? We got Hyperliquid that's up a little bit. Yeah, that's up over the past 7 days. It's up by 12.5%, but it's counterintuitive. So let's see what we're also looking at. And there's lots of stories about this. So here's what happened. So just in case you weren't following the news and you're wondering what's going on, so we were going. So Mexico and Canada caved to conditions that they already had done on December 23rd, and so they says, sure, we'll cave to the things we already agreed to, and they did. And then Trump walks away and says, see, I'm a great negotiator. He didn't get anything out of it. And also, if we're the Canadians are starting to get a real bad taste in their mouth. They're taking alcohol and stuff off the shelves, and they're booing United States at games, the United States anthem at games, and this is going to get uglier before it gets better. And why did we do it? What I still don't understand. It's like 77 pounds of fentanyl. There must be something else going on, and it just doesn't make sense. Okay, but the Chinese are still getting tariffs. So the Chinese government announced 15% tariffs on imports of U.S. coal, liquefied natural gas, agricultural equipment, and other goods. Restrictions on export of mineral used to make high-tech products, so like rare earths and things like that. An antitrust investigation of Google, and the blacklisting of 2 other U.S. companies. So Beijing acted as soon as the U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods increased by 10 percentage points at 12:01 a.m. Tuesday. So the Chinese retaliatory measures will not take effect until February 10th. So buy all your stuff that you can. But anyway, leaving time for the two sides to strike a deal, averting the tit-for-tat exchange. Trump is scheduled to speak to Tuesday with Chinese President Xi Jinping, and after agreeing to delay separate tariffs on Canada and Mexico, the steps announced in Chinese officials seem to be carefully calibrated to send a firm message without igniting the wider conflict. All right. We have NAFTA, and we have had for the last 30 years, the United States economy, just to show you, and Mexico and Canada have been doing this. They've been coming more and more together, just like this. Okay, so what Trump's done is he's been, I would describe it as being a bull of China, as somebody said, the bull in the China shop, but he brings his own China shop around him. Okay, so he's wearing his own China shop, and so he's twisting the relationships apart. That everything we are a much stronger trading group as working as China, as North America. So as North America block, Mexico, Canada, and the United States, we're interwoven. Okay, and that's been building up for over 30 years now, and so now people are already reacting. They're already saying, well, what happens if this happens? And what happens at this? And companies may be shutting down, and people aren't getting the national housing builders sent a letter off to Trump saying, hey, we supported you in the election, but guess what? If you do the timber and everything like that, it'll cause a lot more pain in the economy for housing starts. Housing starts are already down. So there's a lot of products that go this side of the border, and then it gets finished on this side. The thing is that the United States does a lot of services, financial services in Canada. So the Canadians said, well, we're just going to tear up those contracts. No big deal. We're just tearing up those contracts. So and those aren't coming back. Okay. Those aren't coming back for a while. So what happened is the market goes down. Okay. The market goes down and it almost comes back up, but it doesn't really make it there. So let's show what happened in cryptocurrency right now. So if we take a look, what are we looking at? Remember, Ton. Okay, Bitcoin's at 98K right now. Remember, not that long ago, it was at record highs. It was going to 107, and it's gone into 93. It could pierce the psychological barrier, go below 90. So buying on those dips could be really important because what's happened is that people buy on the dips and they go back up, and and the fluctuation happens, and we get our volatility that we're all looking for. But if we're not getting if the dip is just going to stay down, and that just depends on what happens right now. China, if you look at the Wall Street Journal, right, and there's a guy that so China's retaliatory salvo. Okay, there's a guy. His name is Dennis Wilder, a former CIA analyst who advised President George W. Bush on China policy. Beijing did not impose new taxes on imports of American farm products, and the centerpiece of its trade retaliation during Trump's first term. And he said, quote, that's a huge sign that they don't want to escalate this. Wilder said, the farmers of the Midwest would have gone through the roof. And they did before. The United States each year exports roughly $35 billion worth of soybean, grain, oil, and cotton to China. The farmers who produce these crops are disproportionately from states that support Trump. The U.S. levies come from the heels of White House decision Monday to postpone tariffs on Mexico and Canada after both countries pledged to enhance border security. But they didn't give them anything they didn't already have. Okay, all right. So that's just like this. Is like the wise man said, the Tin Man never. But anyway, Oz never gave the Tin Man anything he didn't already have. Okay, so many Chinese products are already subject to tariffs of up to 25%, and the new measure are in addition to those fees. Trump also accused China of allowing fentanyl to be trafficked into the United States. Now they might have something there, with the executive order imposing the tariffs on Saturday. A spokesman for the Chinese embassy in Washington described Beijing's response as necessary countermeasures are completely justified and reasonable, while Commerce Ministry called Trump's tariffs malicious nature. Okay, that's just what's going on right there. I want to also highly make you alerted to something that's happened. So there's people that are, okay, not everybody's a coder, all right? So there are people that make apps, not me, but, well, yes, I make apps, but they make apps with app builders, okay? And so so let's talk about that. So according to Kaspersky, right, the crypto stealing malware are found in Android, iOS app making kits. Kaspersky said, and they're worldwide. They started in Moscow, but they're worldwide. They're based in London right now, and they're famous. They've been doing this since 1989. Yes, they know what they're doing. Okay, so malicious software development kits used to make app on Google's Play Store and Apple's App Store are scanning users' pictures to find crypto wallet recovery phrases to drain the funds within, says crypto security for Kaspersky Labs. So it reads the pictures that you take. So let's say you write down your 12 words, you do and you get your picture of your 12 words. Well, it's scanning those for those 12 words in the pictures. Kaspersky's analysts Sergey Puzin and Dmitry Kalin excuse me, said on February 4th, report once the malware called SparkCat affects a device, it searches for images using specific keywords in different languages throughout the optical character recognition or OCR stealer. This intruders steal recovery phases for crypto wallets, which are enough to gain full control of the victim's wallet for further theft of funds. Puzin and Kalin wrote. It should be noted that the flexibility of the malware allows it to steal not only secret phrases, but also personal data. So don't put your driver's license on your phone and all this other stuff, such as content of messages, passwords, and it could remain in screenshots. So if it's scanning pictures like images, your galleries, and stuff like that. So Kaspersky's analysts recommend not to store sensitive information on screenshots or phone's picture gallery. Yes, cats are okay. And instead, use the password manager. It also said to remove any suspect or infected apps. So Android apps, malware uses a Java component called Spark disguised as an analytics module and encrypted configuration files stored in the GitLab, which provides commands and operational updates. A trust-based network module uses Google ML Kit, OCR, to extract text from images on the infected device, searching recovery phases, and can be used to load crypto wallets on attackers' devices without knowing the password. This is like really, really important. I can't overstate the importance of you. Once you get your passwords, we write them on a piece of paper, and then we split the paper in half and we bury. But you have your wallet. It's important, and it might be better, best not to use your cell phone, okay, at all. But yeah, wherever it lives, it's going to be vulnerable. But having those 12 words, don't put them in pictures, okay? Anyway, so and I know it's a pain because if you have a password and there are 12 different words, right? Yeah, that's how. So if we have a MetaMask wallet, we have a Phantom wallet, we have all these other wallets. They ask us for the 12 words to verify. And this is how that it's supposed to be really, really secure. And it is, unless you share it and put it, write those words down on your desk drawer and put them in your desk drawer. Okay. So Kaspersky also said that rarely found in mobile applications, cross-platform capability and an obfuscation that makes the analysis detection difficult. So this is actually pretty hard. So they don't know if the apps were infected as a result of supply chain attack or whether the developers intentionally embedded the Trojan in them. Some apps, such as food delivery services, appear to legitimate, while others are clearly built to lure victims. For example, we have seen several similar messaging apps with AI features from the same developer. Okay. So just to give you an idea, crypto hack scam loses over $29 million in December. It's the lowest in 2024. So that's the low end. The origin of the malware is unclear, and it can't be attributed to a known group, but it's similar to a March 2023 campaign founded by ESET researchers. However, the pair did not find the comments in the error descriptions written in Chinese within the code. Yeah, they would do that. Given them reason to believe the developer of the malicious module is fluent in Chinese. Okay. So just so you understand that the error descriptions written in Chinese within the code. So yeah, they're using, yeah. Okay. So that's about that for right now. We also let's talk about some other things that are floating in the news. So let me see if I remember right. I'm trying to find it. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. We have it in this one over here. Sorry, just taking a moment, and it's kind of. Oh yeah. So Peter Thiel, backed crypto firm, weighs IPO out. Okay. So the company that is working with Jefferies Financial Group Incorporated on the potential listing, the people said asking not to be identified because the information is confidential. An IPO would see Bullish joining a growing number of companies in the sector, moving ahead of the plans to go public amid expectations that President Donald Trump. Sorry, I was about to say President Elon Musk. Anyway, so President Donald Trump will pursue a pro-crypto agenda. Led by Chief Executive Officer Tom Farley, Bullish has more than 275 employees and has offices in the U.S., Hong Kong, Singapore, Gibraltar, and Cayman Islands. Its website shows it bought media outlet CoinDesk. So it owns CoinDesk, okay, from Digital Currency Group in 2023 for an undisclosed amount. Bullish is a subsidiary of Block.one, a blockchain software company whose backers include Thiel, Alan Howard, Louis Bacon, Richard Lee. According to the earlier statement, Block.one, whose co-founder and CEO Brendan Bloomer also served as the Bullish chairman, launched the company's 2021 and capitalized Bullish with the $10 billion in digital asset cash. So if you just happen to have $10 billion just lying around on couch cushions like these guys, yeah, it's a lot. Anyway, so Bullish announced in 2021 that it planned to go public through a special purpose acquisition vehicle, but it put that plan on hold. So deliberations are ongoing, and details of the current offering could change more than the banks could be added up in the lineup, the people said. So during all the case chaos of what's going on. So when we have a lot of volatility and we don't know what the regulatory environment is, businesses pull back, okay, because they can't predict what tomorrow is, and because they pull back, it causes a trickle-on effect, right? It's like a cascade. It's like one domino pushes the other. Well, this is kind of like one domino never falls, so this one doesn't fall, and this one doesn't fall, and this one doesn't fall. So in this case, we have this company going for the IPO, and then they kind of just they want to go for it, but they're pulling back, but the market maybe they should wait just a little while if they can, and the market is not going to be conducive to this at this moment. Okay, it's about that time we go for. We're just going to be back in about 30 seconds.
Wednesday, meetup. Enjoy some business networking and bartering every Wednesday night. There is no admission fee. Each person just pays for their own delicious soup and sandwich. Come to the Soup Kitchen Restaurant, 2012, South 1100 East, their Sugar House location, Salt Lake City, Utah, 84106, every Wednesday from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. See old friends and meet some new friends.
Okay, and also, just because it's world news, Trump proposes the U.S. take over Gaza. Now, we don't get into a land war in Asia or the Middle East because it never turns out right for us. I mean, yeah, we've done that, but it really causes problems. This is just a story that's like the chaos machine is going over and over again. Okay, so one of the things about the tariffs that happened, and this is going to affect the market, U.S. Postal Service halts package shipments from China as tariffs kicked in. The Postal Service decision may block at least temporarily parcels of retailers, including Shein and Temu, from entering the United States. Well, if you've spent your money on Temu, it's probably gone anyway. The approach, okay, so good news is that they were able to recover all the bodies out of the near Reagan's National Runway 33. Okay, so yeah, and the people are going to get confirmed or whatever. But here's something that's happening: fear and hunger in the U.S. and funding cuts to Africa are already having profound consequences, and it's really sad because China is a competitor to us all around the world, including Africa. And if we want access to those markets, we have to show that we're big boys and we're stable. And when we back off, China moves in, and vice versa. You know, and there's sincere competition for African resources, right? And China's not there to develop the countries or anything. They're there. They say, here's the deal. We want all your nickel for the next 50 years, right? Stuff like that. So the consequences of some of these programs and some of this chaos is going to be showing in our stock market. It's showing also in it's showing immediately in crypto market. By the way, egg problems are driving up prices in the Waffle House. So Waffle House became one of the biggest chains to join in smaller restaurants with surcharges on for egg dishes. So they're charging 50 cents extra for the egg, 50 cents extra per egg. So do you remember when eggs were like 50 cents a carton? Well, I'm old. Anyway, so yeah, not that long ago, they were $1. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it's like gold rush prices. Waffle House, which is about 1,900 locations nationwide, is a surcharge of 50 cents per egg is temporary. Quote, while we are hoping this price fluctuations will be short-lived, we cannot predict how long the shortage will last, the company said in a statement. What it is there's a big salmonella outbreak, and that's causing egg prices specifically to go up. But egg, milk, butter, cheese, all these prices are going up. So the average retail price increased 37% between December of 2023 and December 2024, according to the price index data. And the wholesale level, the price for a Midwest large eggs recently hit $7.76. I know that this is in the store because I just went to the store. It's like $5.75 in Kroger, and that was actually cheaper inside Smith's than it was in Macy's. So, the egg prices are a direct result of a big bird flu outbreak. All right, and we're going to be seeing more of this. So we need to do something to subsidize food again. We stopped doing that, and it's causing us problems. Okay. About 120 flocks in the United States have tested positive for bird flu in the last month. Some of the largest current outbreaks are commercial egg-laying operations in Indiana, Ohio, and Missouri, each with more than 1.5 million birds. It's not uncommon to see facilities with more than 1 million hens, said David Anderson, an economist at the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Services. This creates economies of scale, but it also can lead to big losses in egg production, because you never want to put all your eggs in one basket. If our gets hit that had 1.5 million laying hens, it's actually a real percentage changes in our flock and our egg production, Anderson said. So other factors have contributed to recent increases in egg prices. There's typically a seasonality to egg prices with the bumps around end of year holiday. So my sister has chickens, and because she has chickens, they're not hatching. They're not laying eggs right now because it's just the cold time of the year. Okay. So it's between tight supply and high demand are directly causing, it's the supply and demand curve that's causing the egg prices to go up right now. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get through it. Anyway, it's been great to be with you tonight. It's 8 p.m. Every night. If you want to join me, or in the morning that you'd like to join tcbarter.com, our sponsor. If you'd like to join them, it's 8 a.m. Just go to tcbarter.com and you'll be able to get the information that you need to join that show. If you'd like to join and be a guest here, it's easy enough. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, follow, do all that YouTube stuff, and we'll be back with you very shortly. All right. I'm Michael Tanner. It's been great to be with you. We'll see you tomorrow.